We're going to get this wonderful charge. Away they go, out of the middle. The Jaguar went initially well, but look at that. Halusa got the power down once the wheel spinners got subdued, and he leads the way up into the first corner. Minshaw looks like he's second. Hunt, ballistic start with the Cobra around the outside. Looked like he was third, going up into Madrid. Looking, you can see already some of them running, skittering very wide towards the grass. But the order begins to settle down. The Ferrari's all there in the middle of the pack, but it's the Breadvan that leads. Healy with its lights ablaze in the rally. Healy going really well, and that was going very strongly.
Terrible start for Gary Pearson. He's nowhere. He's dropping down the field like a stone. He's gone all the way back. There he is. He's at the back of the pack, way down, probably 20th position already from a third place start.
Behind Fiskin, who started from the back.
From the back,
yeah,
who's going to be sharing with Marino Franchitti. On the way down to St Mary's for the first time. Chris Druitt, what can you see?
Round St Mary's, everybody behaving beautifully. Lovely lines through the corners. But as you said, Pearson right at the back. Something must have gone wrong. Maybe missed a gear after the start.
Well, I think he would have cut through some other of the other drivers in the meantime. So let's hope he can get into his stride as we go down the Lavant Straight for the first time.
Yeah, and down they come. The Breadvan leads then into Woodcote for the first time. One of the Jaguars, and the white Jaguar, touched the grass in the middle of it. There's dust kicked up from where the oil was treated early on this afternoon. What a sight that makes. The Healy bustling up the inside there. This is fantastic stuff. This is down the order, because that's not the lead group we're seeing on the screen, but through they come for the first time, and it is Nicholas Halusa who leads the way through, making his way up through the order very nicely. Is Martin O'Connell, I see. A challenge up at Madrick corner, and it's Minshaw who put that early E-type on the wire wheels, the narrow-bodied car, right in onto the tail of the Breadvan. He needs to do this and put Emanuele Pirro under pressure in the next half of the race, because of course Minshaw has the very rapid Phil Keane to take over, but the quickest guy probably is the multiple Le Mans winner, Pirro, who will take over the Breadvan, which is, of course, the fastest car in the race.
It is at the moment. It's leading as he goes down to St Mary's, and terrible news.
Damage,
There's damage, in fact, at the back for Gary Pearson. You can see just behind the rear right wheel, it's been stoved in, so that's a real disappointment. We're not going to see Pearson at speed. I, for one, was certainly looking forward to commentating on him.
And nor Andrew Smith, of course, who was looking forward so much to that race. Great here, we've got one of the Jaguars 17 under pressure from that beautiful Aston Martin, number 30 there. And look at, it's been munched at the back. That's so sad.
And he's limping in.
Probably deranged the tracking as well.
Yeah, I mean, if it was just the bodywork, he could continue. It's not rubbing on the tyre. Maybe it is and we can't see it, but what a shame. He's taking his way out of this race. As the leaders come past, it is Halusa who leads ahead of John Minshaw to complete the second lap in this 1 hour race as they go over the line. And Gary Pearson is struggling to even get it to the pit lane. It really is quite badly damaged. In third position, it is still Milner. What a great start he has had from fourth position. Up now ahead of the AC Cobra. The 250 short wheelbase goes through ahead of the Jaguar. Was that a little bit of water coming out of the front of the Jaguar whilst it was on the brakes? The Jaguar with the big rear screen with less metal. Sideways goes the Aston. Another Ferrari following it through as they come out of the sunshine and into the shadows again.
Yeah, absolutely. The top half dozen or so, the top 8 the same, do really well. Wolfie Friedrichs holding the Aston Martin in 6th place. But David Franklin coming up the order now. He's ahead of Hayden into 9th place, and Hugenholtz is ahead of Muller in 11th. But it's Halusa by half a second out front from the omnipresent grey Jaguar, which is John Minshaw, who will hand over to his partner. Now here's a good view from the second row of the grid, and we can see what happened there. Oh, there was the crunch. The Jaguar number 12 clonked into, that's the Mines and Huff car. It was Richard Mines who hit the slow starting Ferrari and biffered that, and thanks for our guys for capturing that on the screens. Here's the tussle, that the Aston Martin going nicely, and then behind the Cobra, which is running very strongly in 4th place. but that challenge coming up to the chicane. Here they come, then nose to tail through the chicane for the third time. This is absolutely fabulous stuff. And the Ferrari coming to the right-hand side of the Ferrari, John Minshaw. He looks like he's going to go for the inside, coming up into Magic Corner. He's 2/3 of the way alongside. He will break later than Lucas Halusa, and he squeezes through down the inside. He's still got the Ferrari just nosing ahead on the outside, but as they go through abreast onto that all-important second apex, the Jaguar has gone there, and as they go down towards Ford Water, Toby, John Minshaw has the lead.
Marcus, did you notice Emanuele was pumping the brakes into the chicane?
It's Halusa. It's
Halusa. Emanuele is in the pits. He's going to be getting in for the second part of the race. Likewise, Keane will get in to the Jaguar for the second part of the race. Now, this is important because the Jaguar, yes, it's got that track position. I hate to use that modern phrase, but it's just going to stifle the car the Breadvan that we're riding on board with. It's just going to stifle it where it's quickest, and Minshaw will make that E-type as wide as anything, as he's already gone through Lavant on the way down, away from you down the Lavant straight. Chris?
Yeah, well, let's see if Halusa has to pump the brakes again into chicane. We'll get the rear view. Maybe he's got a long pedal.
Riding on board with him. Okay, heel and towing once, twice.
124 down the straight.
Into the right-hander at Woodcote. There's the apex, gets it sideways. It's all under control. There's your chicane. There are yellow flags. They were waved there a lap ago, but those yellow flags have been removed after the Pearson 250 GTO is stricken on the side of the track, but it's now out of the way. Here we go.
Absolutely, and in the drag race, the big Ferrari is powering up the inside, and he comes up the inside. Nicholas Halusa forges his way back into the lead, going in. He runs a little bit wide. The result, he's having to fight to hold on to that because you cannot turn in too early, otherwise you run out of road on the exit. And there we had a quick shot there of Phil Keane behind Vicky Brooks, historic racer, and through they come down towards the opening part of St Mary's. A tricky corner. Chris, they're back with you.
They are, and the Jaguars still threatening the Breadvan. Here they come round St Mary's, the left-hand part.
So the question is, Marcus, Chris, is it going to be a tit-for-tat every lap as they go into Madgwick Corner?
Let's hope so.
Exactly. Who is going to get the best drive out of the chicane? The answer at the moment is, at this point of the racetrack, the Ferrari has the legs on the cat. That's the way the prancing horse is dancing its way around this 2.4-mile Goodwood Circuit. We're coming down the Lavant Straight, fastest part of the circuit, coming through the speed trap at a speed of 132 miles an hour.
Into the pits came DD300, the Healy, I think it was.
Traffic, it's the Cobra, Mark Harrison. He was struggling with gear selection problems, but he's managed to give these guys some space. They come out of the chicane. Now, this is the drag race.
It was opportunistic, wasn't it, for John Minshaw to tuck through past the Cobra